The world's #1 streaming music station, VoxWave.com.
We have your favorite shows on VoxWave.com. Check out our lineup. The Kim Show, Mondays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. In the End We Win with Curtis, Mondays, 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. Cooking with Flavors with your host, Chef Flavors, Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Slick Daddy Rick, Heartbeat Congo Hour, Tuesday, 8 to 10 p.m. Impact the World Radio TV Show with Cheryl Woods, Wednesday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. The Digital Digest with your host, Digital Ace, Wednesdays, 3 to 5 p.m. Live Set Wednesdays with your host, Frank Dent, Wednesdays, 8 to 9 p.m. The BGKH Show with your hosts, Dominion and Epic, Wednesdays, 9:15 to 10:15 p.m. You, Math, and Me with George Randall, Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Then, on Thursdays at 5:30 p.m., The Prayer, Praise, and Deliverance with Elder Thurman Gorman Jr., The 640 Evening Show, Thursdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., The Peace in the Morning Show with your host, Darius A. Stanton, co-host, Delicate Daryl Barnes, and Queen Ayakidobi, Fridays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Hall Street Journal with your host, Robert Hall, and co-host Clarence Sanders, Fridays, 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Frank, The Success Principles, Friday, 12 noon to 1 p.m. Chanel's 3 Cents, Friday, 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. The Daryl Allen Harrison II Crime Victims Foundation Show, hosted by Daryl Harrison II, every Friday from 3 to 4:30 p.m. The Rush Hour with DJ Drew and Janique, every Friday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Different Minds Show, hosted by DJ Bam 640 and DJ Andre Michael, and your co-host, MC Fran, every Friday, 9:15 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. The Healer Blues Show, with host Ron Jackson, every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Hour of Power, with your host, Reverend Winters Rogers, every Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And again, The Prayer, Praise, and Deliverance with Elder Thurman Gorman Jr., Saturday, 11 p.m. to 12 p.m. And don't forget Four Sisters Live Talk, Saturday at 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. Turning dreams into reality talk show with your host, Tashika L. Green, every second Saturday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Walk in Newness 24/7 with Missionary Antoinette, Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. News, ULM, news and analysis, information, sports, and black history. With your news anchor, Roderick Carter Willis, 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Step your game up with the Youth Project, hosted by DJ Main and DJ Low Hefe, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And don't miss The To Go Show with Kim Brown, Saturdays 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. I am Dr. Sharon Show, each Sunday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., featuring The Grind, Entrepreneur Network Spotlight, and Write the Book Now. The Riri Williams Show, Fashion and Style Hour, every first Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. Real Talk 101, Sundays 6 to 8 p.m. And every third Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m., the Third Sunday Tea Talk Show with Dr. Akita Pearson. Gospel Live TV Show with host Gloria Mello, each Sunday from 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. Listen to all your favorite shows on VoxWave.com.
VoxWave.com.
VoxWave.com, streaming your favorite jazz, blues, and R&B 24/7.
Don't sleep. Yes, it's your girl right here, 2GO Radio, yours truly, Lady of 2GO. I'm coming to you live right here, the Ladies' Night, Saturday night, 9 p.m. from VoxWave.com in the den here. You know how we do it every Saturday. Nothing don't change. So don't sleep. And as you can see, I have some things planned for you. I told you last weekend there was going to be some different things for you this week. And I told you, stay tuned because it's a lot of good shows here at VoxWave, not just the Lady 2GO show with Kim Brown, Ladies Night Live. It's all the shows, as you heard at the beginning of the show, the commercial. So stay tuned to VoxWave.com. And if you miss our live airings of any of our shows, you can always catch our archived shows the next day or the next few hours at Vox Power 373 at youtube.com. That's Vox Power 373 at youtube.com. And with that being said, your girl is coming to you this week. And like I said, as you see behind me, you can see a little bit of the poster I brought in for you guys to see. Is on the play that yours truly is has a role in. It's called Giving Our Parents a Standing Ovation. And it stages at the Performing Arts Bowie, the Bowie Performing Arts Theater. That's out of Annapolis Road. You can get your tickets, as you can see, at gyspso.org for tickets. And as you can see, it's called Give Your Parents a Standing Ovation. It's about a family who has a mom. She's 66, and she's going through the stages of Alzheimer's. And the play is based on 3 different stages of her leaving her home, her having a birthday party, then leaving her home, them talking her into leaving her home, and them putting her into a nursing home. It's funny, it's tearful, it's jerking. I'm Mama Levines, the lady you see there, her understudy for her role. So we have 2 shows a day on that Saturday, May the 5th, 2018. First show starts stages at 2 p.m. The second show is at 7 p.m. And we're going to be getting our play thing on. That's right. Your girl going to be singing. I'm going to be mostly my role now, since I'm her understudy. Long as she's strong enough and willing to do her part, I don't have to do Mama Veen. But most of my role now has become the most top and priority role, which I just got elected for, is the narrator of the whole play. Yeah, that's big. That is huge. And that bomb was dropped on me by the lady who written the play, Dr. Blake. And she's a professor. You can get her book on Amazon, which is called Giving Our Parents a Stand. Like I said, the name of the play, same as the play. It's also available at the Bowie Spiritual bookstore in Bowie as well. So yes, get the book. So by May, you'll be ready. You'll understand the play. And it's a lot of information of what we all are going to be facing. These since 2006, the study of Alzheimer's. It goes further back, way back than this. The study of Alzheimer's, and like the play as the narrator, I'll be giving, after each scene, I'll be giving the statistics of what of today is from back then of Alzheimer's and dementia. I'll be explaining the statistics of the disease, of how many different demographics are affected and their percentages. And also, it's a very knowledgeable play. It's very informative, and I think it's a great piece of work. And it's what we all need, because mental health is arising, in this day and time, as you hear me speak on it every week in part of my health segments and Word on the Street. I be speaking of people that's doing it out, as celebrities, as well as locally, kids, with these school shootings and stuff like that. So, mental health is just not about like I said, the Alzheimer's and dementia. It talks about everyone. And you can see each one of your family members in this play. You got the members, you got Mama Veen, you got Lane, you got Dion, and you have Tamara, who is the niece to Mama Veen. Then you have Sophia, who is the daughter, who is like the matriarch of the family, since Mama Veen is going to slip into this Alzheimer's thing. So like I said, it's very funny. She is spicy, even though she's going through these mental changes of this disease. It's very, 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 very good piece of work. So please stay tuned up until the date of the play. Eventually, I'm going to have the cast members here bit by bit. The main cast members that you see on the poster, I'm going to get them in first, and then I'm going to get the understudies in, and, I'm going to get everybody a chance to come in and give you guys a shout out and let you know what they do and what driven them to come to, wanting to do this play. A lot of us was drawn to this project from different, driven avenues. Like, I was introduced to the play through my agency. I'm a patron of 99 Agency. It's a talent agency for jobs like modeling, TV, plays. Like, I just got the job through them. So if you want to, like I always preach and talk about, self-investing, because if you don't spend the money and invest in yourself, nobody else is going to see it, and they're not going to invest in you. Just like me, put that money out there, signing up for this agency, and paying my way forth, and then I got this play, and who knows? This play was out last year for about 3 months. Now we've been blessed and ordained to hopefully it's going to go on longer this time and this year with this play. Also, with this play, it's going to be all types of fundraising and casting days, which I will keep you updated with, which you can all come out and join to meet the cast and the whole project. It's just going to be a full-blown, a lot of different things. So stay tuned on your girl and her project. And like I also said last week, I'll be getting back into my music, bringing you some new music. I just started writing again. I done got some things cleared up, like the taxes and all that stuff, getting all that done and prepared. So that's, off the list of things to do. So I'm be getting back into the studio with in the Shinny Kimia Studios with Katera Shimigami, who is the master of all the music you have heard so far that I brought to the podcast, and that is out in distribution as we speak. You can pick up all 3 of my songs, Thinking of You, Back When, and Boss Hard. You can pick up all 3 on Spotify or SoundCloud. That's Back When, Thinking of You, and Boss Hard, my 3 songs I have out in distribution. Please check those out. Very strong lyrics, something that you can take to your soul. And Thinking of You, that's Boss Hard that I was just speaking of women in boss mode. I usually play them through the show. I will probably give you sneak peeks of those songs again if you have forgotten them. And Back When is about, matter of fact, Back When the music was arranged and written by my band brother that's here with me again tonight. Yes, with some more good old juicy, uplifting, and quality of thinking vibe stuff for you this evening as well. Like he was here last week with the Stones, he's back again with something else to refresh you on some more healthy wellness thinking and living. His son wrote the music to Back When. I wrote the lyrics. So yes, it's a small world. So yes, his talented son wrote the music to Back When, which you saw me perform on January the 6th when I opened up for the first show of the year, 2018. That song that I performed at the beginning of the show, that was Back When. My band brother Lawrence, his son, wrote the music. I wrote the lyrics, and there you had a beautiful song, which is about love and loss and loving yourself and finding love for yourself and empowering yourself. It's a very uplifting song for anyone, not just for women, but a lot of women take to it as a magnet. because it's very empowering, because I do a lot of empowering things, as you know, your girl do. Also, thinking of you. I'm going to perform that for you guys come sometime after spring. I want to get some more people on here to perform for you, which will be coming up, some local artists. I just had a meeting with a promoter that's from the D.C. area, and he's going to do all the networking. We're going to get you some local artists from the DMV to come on and perform for you as well as my son, the member of the Second Generations of Outlaw, Katera Shimigami. And like I said, I'm going to do Thinking of You, and because I did Back When, and then maybe I can get Woo Spitter and Katera in here at the same time, and we can do Boss Hard for you, because that's a compilation, a collaboration with Katera Shimigami and Woo Spitter, who is from the Trinidad area. He used to be AKA with the group Looney Bin. And like I said, Katera Shimigami is a member of the Second Generations of Outlaws, so who has been originally ordained by the Outlaws. And as you heard last week before last, I played the new single with Katera Shimigami featuring Mason Bates, which is also second generation to Dougie Fresh nephew. He's Dougie Fresh nephew. And I played the track with Katera Shimigami and Mason Bates. It's called Ride for Pac. And, you know, we was grooving to that. I think that was weekend before last. And I'll probably bring that back to you again this evening as well to refresh your memory on that song. So you guys can go to YouTube and like it and like it and like it, and hopefully it'll get enough views and likes where the estate will approve for them to really to put it out there for the soundtrack of a new movie that'll be coming out. I can't give that away just yet, but it's going to be about the legend Tupac Amaru Shakur. As you know, that's where this outlaw stuff and this outlaw nation that we drive here at 2GO, which is the acronyms for my son's group, the Second Generations of Outlaw. So, you know, this outlaw nation is strong, baby. Thug life, one love all the way down to the West Coast. I want to holler out to my family. That's right. Sean Cole, Keisha Cole brother, better known AKA as Nutso, down there doing his thing. Hopefully I'm going to have him call up and share his love here at the station, the 2GO Radio. Also, I have Pac's original DJ, DJ King Assassin. That's right. If you can check him out on Facebook as well. He has his own radio podcast show down there in the West Coast, which we're all linked up to a lot of internet and blog talk, which radio station, which I started from, which 2GO Radio started as a blog talk internet radio station. And now here you see we growing. So don't sleep. As I always say, it's always something going on with your girl, with the music, and in the world. So I'm going to keep you uplifted. I'm going to keep you informed in everything I do. Like I said, within this 2 hours, well, hour and 45 we got left, we're going to be covering some things. Like I said, I have a lady here. I was told her name was Mother Love. She's going to be bringing you some very interesting things that she crafted amongst herself with her own gifted hands. That's what God gave her talent. As I said, if you have talent, I'm right here for you. Give your girl a call, 240-719-2560. You can come right here, be my guest, and do your thing. I don't mind sharing, because somebody shared with me, and that's how to make the world go round, this circle of life. Don't forget, it's always a circle. We come in a baby, and we go out almost with the symptoms of a baby. And that's what we're talking about when I talk about the Alzheimer's and dementia. That's why it's so important, and that's why I'm so glad that I'm involved with this play, that Dr. Blake has written this book to really inform the people, and I'm actually living it as well. You know, I'm a caregiver full-time for my mother, who's in her third stage of Alzheimer's, and I'm the only child, and all I have, thank God I have older sons, you know, that can help me, you know, with this process. But like I said, it's an ongoing process. I'm learning, and it's just so how amazing God had put things and people around me to be angels and educators of this. I'm in a play of what I'm living every day, Alzheimer's. My mom haven't got to the point where she wants to go into I'm not even going to that point with her nursing home, because I can't do them for her. My mom is going to live like a queen. As long as I got breath, I'm going to crown her every morning. That's right. I treat her like a queen because she could have flushed me down the toilet. She didn't have to see me through for me to be here, for you guys to see me through my gifts that God has given me. Because like I said, we are special human beings. Just imagine, in your mother ovaries, there was thousands and thousands of eggs, but yours was plucked to be reproduced. So don't forget that. That was special. That was a contract that you signed with God to come here to do his works and follow and focus what he has set for you to do in your path. And this is my path and my love, where I like to reach out to people and share my gifts, which is my music, my son's music, anyone else's gifts that you have seen on the show so far. Like you saw the young lady that's 25 years old previously. She, Jade from Velour Fashions I had on here. She started her business when she was 22 years old, still going through college. She started her fashion business with $300. And in 3 years, she's already been to fashion districts, fashion shows in the DMV, the New York area. And now she still has her own line. She started with just T-shirts. Now she has a whole full-blown line. Go check it out. VOLER, Velour Fashion Show. It means to reach to unlimited heights in French. I think that's what she told me when she was going through her process of what driven her to name it her fashion, VOLER.com. You can check her out, Fashion by Jade. I'm trying to get her back here, but she's back and forth in college. I believe she goes to school somewhere deep, deep down in Virginia. But I tried to get her on the spring break, but it was too short. But she'll be back with her fashion and her update fashion, because you know I always speak about fashion. Also, like I said, we got a lot of things in store for you to do within this hour. So don't sleep, and I'm still gonna come to you after the treat of Miss Mother Love. We're gonna have Lawrence to come back with you with some more, like I said, uplifting and education, this time on candles and the lighting of the candles, and when you light the candles, and all that very educated information on that, like he did the stones. And I've been studying every day. I just can't stop. I done already set up my little Feng Shui corner. I just got everything going on, and I can't stop reading it. And I just been feeling so uplifting and happy ever since, like, I just cleared my whole space. You know, it's more serene. You know, when I got those crystals and them stones in place with my water and my fruit and my bamboo and my wood, all my natural stuff, my copper, antique stuff, everything set up just like the book told me, I felt it automatically in my space. I felt it automatically, even though I had done the old original stuff before. When I moved into the place, I had it blessed down, and I blessed it down myself, you know, periodically. When I change my furniture around, I go and anoint my doors with the oil and, you know, burn the sage and anoint my windows and stuff, and, you know, say the prayer, blessing it down. You know, I still do that too. Like I said, all this is connected. You know, we all got all these things to help us to stay well, because it's a spiritual warfare, folks. Just like I had a messenger that just came in the studio just before we started, and it's so ironic. She came in all white, like an angel. And this sister came 5 minutes before I got on air tonight, and she just wanted me to share this shout-out message to you guys about this holidays, these upcoming holidays. We need to research people, my people, you know, low-income people, paycheck-to-paycheck people. We need to research more of what these holidays stand for, so we can educate our children and our family members of what these holidays are originally. This is it's supposed to be a Passover celebration for when Jesus transcended. Whatever you believe, is a spiritualness to this holiday. It's not all about the chocolate bunnies or getting the outfits and the best hat in church. It's not about none of that. None of that. Even those that run to the church on Palm Sunday just to get those palms and don't even research and understand the reason for them, you know, the purpose for them. you know, and why was people, you know, back in the day giving pieces of palm? You know, we need to research and go back into understanding what these holidays are really meant for, because first of all, with this new administration, as I always inform you every week, we need to be a little bit more frugal. You know, our needs become more priority over what we want. So, and, you know, like I said, the man done did the tax reform. He done did the health care reform. A lot of things is not included. You know, I've been educating you guys on this periodically, how this administration is changing our lives. And just because he's up there on the high totem pole, don't mean we're not going to be affected down here at the bottom of the totem pole. Because we are going to be, because like my grandma, and I guess you people probably heard, they say, you know, boo-boo rolls down. Boo-boo, yeah, it rolls down. Boo-boo rolls downhill. So we will be affected in some form or fashion. So don't think just because he's up there with all them billions and billions of dollars and he's just talking about the rich folks. No, we are ones going to be affected. So, guys, we got to start rethinking a lot of things that we do. So the angel came in here and said, rethink, research your holidays before you celebrate. You may can save some money, and you may get something very spiritual, enlightening, and valuable out of researching what these holidays truly mean. Like I said, it's not about the bunny and the chocolate and getting that fancy hat to sit in church. It's about his Passover, or whatever belief you have in is something related to that aspect of the story of Christ. So, with that being said, don't sleep. We're going to get into a music break. And matter of fact, I'm going to take you to Thinking of You. So, you can remember this song. And like I said, I'm going to perform it for you like I have done back when. So, here is Thinking of You. We're going to go into a music break, so don't sleep. We'll be right back. Thinking of You by Camille, yours truly, Lady of 2GL Radio.
In the middle of the night, I feel you all over me. But I realize it's just only a dream. You make me smile. I love it when you bring a breeze. I love it when you calm your teeth. Come stand by me. Stand by me. Think about me, 'cause I think about you. Do you think about me? 'Cause I think about you. Do you think about me? 'Cause I think about you. Do you think about me? 'Cause I think about you. I just want you to know, babe. Yeah. Do you wanna do it for sure, babe? Alright. Is this when I let you know, babe? Yeah. Is this what you want for sure, baby? Do you think about me? 'Cause I think about you. Do you think about me? 'Cause I think about you. Do you think about me? 'Cause I think about you. Do you think about me? 'Cause I think about you. Whenever I think of my love, babe. Flying through the skies above, babe. Filling up the clouds above, babe. Thinking I'm the only one, baby. Do you think about me? 'Cause I think about you. Do you think about me? I think about you. Do you think about me? 'Cause I think about you. Yeah, just one time. Cross your mind. Try and freeze time.
Trying to get up, trying to survive in this time that we're living in. Trying to keep your sons alive from never trying to see the pain. Not to mention, the harassment on the job. Trying to stay focused even though the work ain't hard. Staying focused on your mission, trying to get paid. Doing what's right there. You heard what the song say, hey.
Keep your head up, ladies. It's so hard, it's so hard,
Hello, welcome back to GO Radio, Lady in the Den. I have for you, I told you, don't sleep. I have in the den for you right here, especially Miss Precious Lady of Love and Mother of Love at that too. I look at it both, all those things. You can see all those things when you see the sister aura, as well as Asha, her guest, is present here with us and blessed us here in the studio with her presence. My lady got some things for you. She's going to show you that have been crafted by her gifted hands that God has given, and she's going to tell her story, and she's going to explain how what driven her to come to displaying and creating all of this art for your eyes to see with these different stones. Precious Mother Love,
Yes.
how are you doing, and Asha?
Peace, peace.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for having you guys in the studio with me this evening. Precious Love, you want to start?
I do.
All righty.
Precious Mother Love.
Okay.
And my company's name is Mom's Wellness Wagon. Do you mind if I'm talking to you instead of talking to everyone out there? I know I want to speak to you guys personally, but I also want to share with Miss Kim. I made some noise there. Give your parents a standing ovation, Miss Kim.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Wonderfully proud of you, loving to see what you're doing and how things are growing and how you're going. And it's just beautiful to be in your space and your energy and giving up opportunities like this for us to share and teach and learn from each other, you know. My guest here is Asha Renew. Asha Renew is here.
Peace.
He's my special guest speaker for an event that I held today.
Oh, wonderful.
He did his portion live on YouTube today, which was the 9 Elements of Black Magic.
We must do that. The 9 Elements of Black Magic. 9 elements. Wow.
Yep. Now, last week he did, because he did a 2-part series for me. The first week was sex magic. See, and that's something that a lot of folks wouldn't want to deal with, but it's taboo for a reason. It's withheld from us for powerful reasons. You know, so it's not something that I am the expert to speak on, but I know well enough to know that if we knew what we should know or what we could know or what we're learning now, once we get these things, you know, magic won't be so miraculous.
Right.
It will be mundane. It'll be every day. It'll be all the time. We'll be living it, walking it, breathing it, talking it. You know, like we live and breathe our careers. You know, that is our culture. We are, you know, magical people. So, you know, we're there's many reasons why, but from in my opinion, I'm a very artistic person. And I practice many arts, and you know, including the art of magic, including the art of language. Language is, you know, as a lyricist, that's one thing, but as an artist of words, you know, you begin to realize what the value of words are. You know, the value of each letter, the value of each emotion that's attached to each letter, that's in the energy of the equation. You know, it's like once you start learning all the different levels that we operate on, because, you know, the microwave has unseen waves. You know, the radio has unseen waves.
Correct.
The internet
Cell
has
phones.
unseen waves. These waves are passing around through us, and some of us are sensitive enough to know what they're sensing and feeling, you know, when they're tuning into your radio station. I'm talking one-on-one with you, kind of tuning in.
Right.
You know, like when your mama call and you answer the phone and you know, before you answer the phone, it's your mama,
Right.
your dad, your cousin, your business partner, whoever that you're connected with. That's
That
in
vibe,
your
that
connectivity.
feeling.
Yes. And so what I offer with all of my artistry, I am also a wellness coach. I also am a metaphysician and healthcare practitioner. I'm also a vocalist. I've also done radio. I've done TV. I went to school for mass comm, broadcast journalism. I'm a photographer. I photographed in the White House. You know, I toured with Howard University's choir for a while. Did photography for them. You know, I've filmed live births as well as some things that would have been considered illegal.
Right.
But for the most part, I am connected to my artistry, and it helps me to tune into what else is going on around me. In some ways, in preparation for what's about to happen, like astrology. Astrology is like a weather forecast to me, and it just tells you what the conditions are. And so it's up to you to map those conditions. Oh, I'll take this route.
Research
Instead,
and get the details.
yes, and that helps you navigate through life.
Yes, it does.
And you know, in addition, we have our own GPS system. That's where the technology comes from for the global positioning system. That we ourselves have that tune-in ability to be able to just, you know, okay, I know, you know, an approximate area. You know, you can. I've done it, but. Not everybody is, you know, you have to work up to that kind of things. Children have natural talents that we teach away from them, that we begin to tell them, you know, that's not what you're seeing, stop talking crazy, or whatever.
We ruin their essence of innocence.
Discouraging them, giving them the wrong image of what's right and what's wrong to do when. So they get confused, and then they'll be quiet about it, and they'll never say it again. And then so much of it, ignoring it becomes to where it's a block, like they're not connected any longer. But just to say what my tools do, these crystals, I usually am helpful in finding out. I'll do a consultation with someone and ask, you know, what's going on in their life. What is it they might want to address? So we'll talk about certain stones. We'll talk about certain things. I'll give them an energy reading kind of a assessment, and then we'll take it from there. What might be helpful or of a good influence? But honestly, copper came into my life.
I was ready to say, you notice everything.
I see your earrings. I'm digging it. I'm loving. Oh, I don't know. Is that Ja on your neck? Who did that piece?
The elephant?
No, the music.
The musical note. A brother at my church. I go to Unity Baptist Church.
Okay.
Willie Wilson, and you know we have our African-centered church. They make sales, the wear and all that, because you know they wear all that stuff at the services. So they have like a little shop down under the church.
Okay.
And I got the earrings.
Okay, so I have to talk to the church about putting some of my stuff there then.
Sure, sure.
Because I mean, I have stuff at different places. I have some at the Sistrum.
As you were saying about, not to cut you off, about the tribes, there, when you become a member, I became a member of the tribe Ujima, which the tribe is in, I think it was November. It's the tribe for the month of November. So Willie Wilson gets deep in there.
Yeah,
he don't play. Yeah, he really deep. And I've been a part of that ministry ever since it was the Red Church, before they moved from off of that circle right there on Good Hope Road to when he moved to W Street. So I always been a part of that church. But he really have taught me, as my growing, the true religion of the tribes and the message, and you know, making sure I understand the 7 steps, you know, to my Christianity. You know, I mean, you know, he's deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the religion of you is the best religion there ever is. And if I were to use the word religion, I'd say science. The science of you. You have everything that he's talking about already in you. He's just waking you up to some stuff.
And sister, you hit it dead on, because he could be up there and see with that word, and I said before he said, and that lets me know, because I don't even pay attention to him. He's just a messenger. When I'm sitting in service, my head is straight up through that skylock, open sky that he let us see, that open glass, because I be giving my one-on-one then. I be just in presence of the religion. I be sitting in my own spirit intercession with the fellowship.
Amen.
You know, and I go home and I research, you know, because I love meditate. I can't, you know, like I said, I'm not going to put it, but I'm just saying it all links, because we were just talking about this last week. We were getting into the detail. He brought in all his stones, his crystals, and we was talking about the Bible, the crystal Bible,
and he said something
and the
about
healings and the energy that you get from it. And you know, and like I say, I always wear my crystals. I mean, even in false one, even in the little forms of how you have your copper shaped. You know, it's all has a science, and it's all within our being.
Yes, and everything that we need, we do basically have, or we're able to call it to us. And so these are tools to help us call some of that to us. But in particular, I came into the copper piece of it because I used to do gold and silver. That's all I did. And I sold to a specific crowd for the gold. I sold to a specific crowd for the silver. And it went pretty well, but it wasn't as lucrative as I would have liked at the end of my cycle with that because I started getting arthritis. But when I started working with the copper, the arthritis went away.
Really?
Oh my God, Arthur started running. I never had trouble with Arthur ever since. And so because of that reason, I have a testimony. And so I share that with folks that ever have any issues or concerns with arthritis, any joint issues, swelling. But in addition to that, copper is also a natural antifungal, natural antibacterial, helps cuts to heal. Also helps your brain synapses, which means you think faster, you're better able to be on your feet, think on your feet, be on the go. But it is also helpful for your blood. It's also helpful for your bones. Like if you have osteoporosis in your family, and you feel like that you're prone to something or you're not taking as greater care as in some areas, you're starting to feel your bones need some support. This is like bone support. It helps your bone density. It helps you to be able to maintain the density. It doesn't refortify your bones, but at the density you are now, it'll stay there. So you won't shrink. It also is helpful with just being connected to. See, for instance, these are used like breaker switches on a circuit board. If you have an issue somewhere and you put this copper somewhere where that issue is, it's going to relieve it and start to redirect the energy to somewhere else and disperse it from that center or wherever that particular junction is.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
About 2 years ago, I had an issue with my bottom of my foot. My wife bought me some copper socks. It's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see?
That's why that guy came out with the copper-driven leg sleeve, arm sleeve, copper
you
and
say
all
that
that stuff.
guy, but I was going to say Tommy Copper and a
There
lot
you
of
go,
other
Tommy
people.
Copper.
They are making big bucks off of the $1 million bodies in the athletic
Yes,
fields.
they are.
The
Yes, they are.
basketball, football, soccer, whatever they're into, they're all using it, and they're making these people rich.
Yes, they are.
So, but I'm taking the 100% raw copper, okay? And so I couple it with the stones, and the stones all, whether it's the color or the type of stone it is, they all have some enhancement to your life. And I'm not going to go through a whole deep detail of it, but I will say that I found that I did do something that I didn't know it was going to be specifically shown on television on this particular day. But this is St. Patty's Day, isn't it? St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, we are.
And it looks like a 3-leaf clover, but it's actually an ankh.
Wow.
Which makes me think that those symbols are related in some way based
Yes, they
on
are.
the symmetrics of it. Symbolism plays a lot of roles as far as when you use certain angles, certain aspects. Angles is also another word for angels, or, like our language is so multiplexed or multi-dimensional that certain words will spell the same way, mean something different. It's as though they're possibly diffusing some of the energy of the word by dividing it and conquering it, kind of a thing. I do etymologies of words a lot of times just so I can get a full meaning of things, and that's something that helps me to understand when we have, a long word, I break it down, and then I get a full meaning of it. But we in America don't a lot of times have the same meaning of what it is. We're not saying it for the same thing. When you're saying, "Oh, that's good," man, that's a bad chick. What does that mean? Right. So that's giving mixed signals.
Right.
Putting that out there as a mixed message. Almost as though you're saying something like that she wouldn't want to hear you say about her. I mean, we've got the same a lot of words that are that way. We're giving it negative connotations, and it should have a fuller meaning in order for us to even get, a full communication out of what that word is being used for. But let me not get too technical.
No,
let's
you're
get
fine.
back to
we ain't worried about no clock. I want you to get it all out, precious mama love. Get it all out.
Well, as again, I'm an artist, and I just wanted to speak on some of my artistry because, the more I get into displaying and utilizing my art, the more I'm able to do more art. I also teach art. I'm a mentor to youth for a rites of passage group, the Rites of Passage group is for at-risk youth. And it's definitely, something where I'm showing children how to be creative. See, when you're creative, you're creating as a co-creator. As a co-creator, you are able to, you utilizing your God energy. Just to be a creator, you utilize your God energy. So as a co-creator, you would, I'm not exactly sure what is being created at this moment, but I have some things that are out there I don't want any issue concern. But yeah, I do want to make sure that I share as much about my art and my background as possible, because I want for folks to know that art is therapeutic, art is healing. Art is healing. Art is therapeutic, and as much as possible, your art can also help you to relieve stress. It can help you to just relieve that pressure valve so that you can pop whatever your tension bubble is, so and let the air out. So and some people, they're so passionate about their work and what they do when they're doing their art. Like they won't go to sleep for hours. I mean, it motivates them, it encourages them, it really pushes them to a place where, they don't need to sleep, they don't need to eat. I'm that kind of artist. And I do that with my music. I do that I'll be up until 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning making jewelry. And then all of a sudden, 7 o'clock is time to get up. I only got 2 hours of sleep, but that 2 hours of rest was enough for me to get through my day. It's like God won't put too much on you.
Right.
I sometimes have gotten to the point where I just had to pass out from working so much. But it was something I enjoyed so much.
Right. When you have a passion for something, it's going to keep you driven to keep doing it, regardless if you go past your expectation of your own for that day, because you may have some energy on reserve, and then you might be like, dang, I ain't going to be able to get into it when I get home, but something to spark you get in that zone, and next thing you know, you've been made like 5 or 6 pieces, and time is gone by. It's like, dang, I stood up this long. Didn't know where this energy came from. Because we have a lot of things that, like you said, all these things are in all the awareness of our everyday living. And you have so many things, as I was just speaking of, like the spiritual warfare. I mean, you just have so much negativity. Like I was talking about the administration. You just have so much now negativity that is just like the angel came in here and gave me this one, say, please tell people don't celebrate, Easter. Tell them to research and save their money. She just came out of her way. This girl been out selling real estate all day. And she came in the form of all white to give me that message, so the universe don't make any mistakes, so that's why you have to be aware of certain things that can protect you and help you and give you understanding to make sense of the stuff that's going around that we don't understand. And you have to get connected. And you have to get connected.
Stay connected.
And you have to stay focused, because the enemy comes in all shapes and forms and fashion. And if they can steal, if you allow one to steal your joy, then it will keep on manifesting because they see you not putting up a fight. Right. But when you meditate, when you're doing your stones, when you're cleansing your home, even cleansing your body, doing the proper things in your body, just like that Ankh is in threes. You say it's like a form of a 3-leaf clover. We have 3 sections of our body. Everything God did, He did it. It says in threes. You have the Holy Spirit, the Son, the Father. You know what I'm saying? Everything is in threes. So you have birth, you have life, then you have death. So you have to look at all these things, and that's why I be educated by people every week. Start researching. Getting back into knowing what your background is, knowing where you came from, knowing your family. Getting closer to your family, pulling these kids close together so they won't get out here and get so lost with this internet and this social media to steal you away, steal them away from you and your heart. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just that time. We're in those times where life expectancy is so short. because of the warfare, and, you know, and it's not just out there in the war. It's more war amongst the states than it is out there overseas.
Yeah, well, there's chemical war, there's germ war,
all sorts of warfare.
What are those GMOs that we have? You know, so we're not getting the proper nutrition, so we're being torn down from the inside out.
Smart TV, you looking at smart TV looking at you, recording your every move.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe all that Jill said.
All the tracking stuff on our phones, and our vehicles have tracking devices that we don't have to activate anymore. Ever since, I believe was, somebody said 97, that all vehicles since then are built in with, it's like you can call and say, you know, activate it.
Once they
but
came
the
up with that,
themselves
what's that,
can activate it.
Cyrus? Once Cyrus was born, that's like putting a chip in every car. Series, yeah.
And something else. It's some of us. What's the one with the home, you know, you have the iHome or whatever it is in your house, Google. Google has
Alexa.
Yes, her.
That thing is scary. I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. Too high tech for me. I'm still an old schooler. You know, I'm 47 from 100. You know what I'm saying? That's how I say my age now. I'm 47 from 100, and I got to thrive on what's positive and what is right for my spirit and my soul and for what I eat, because I still believe what you eat, you are what you eat.
Yes.
And that's why I only eat vegetables and I only eat fruits. And I may cheat, you know, every now and then. I try to get away from the beef, but I started taking care of myself more. You know, you wouldn't be able to sit here and tell me that I look at those if I have maybe some of the top 10 illnesses. You know, that's just how God is. When you research and get into the natural remedies of things, I started taking shots of black seed oil. You know,
and you
start drinking my teas.
Remedy.
You know?
Your food is your medicine.
That's right.
Your food is the way that you can heal yourself if you catch something. You know, like you say, the black seed oil and all the different little supplements and supplements, minerals that we can add to if we need a little something extra.
A boost, right.
You know, I do citrus all winter long. I will eat an orange as much as I can, one per day. You know how they say eat an apple a day?
Right.
During the winter, I eat an orange a day.
Right.
And that helps keep my system cleansed of all the acidic, that would attach to any kind of virus or any cold symptoms and so on. Sometimes I might get a little bit of something. Right. And then I just have to chase it off with extras.
Right.
You know, reinforce my
You
troops,
have to.
you know.
Everything, your surroundings, your home, your whole well-being, because there's so much that's going against you as a positive anything. If you're a positive force, a positive being, you're going to have something coming to you 24/7 because it's trying to stop you from shining your light. And you just have to press forward and press on, regardless of what that negative force is. You got to stand foot and say, hey,
I'm more than a conqueror.
Okay, I got this. Where you going? You know, I know who made me. I know who child I belongs to. I know what my purpose I stand for. I stand for a light.
No weapon.
And I ain't allow nobody to put that light out. It's for, you know, and you know, you just got to keep pressing on, because you're going to have things that try to come up to prevent you forgetting, because you know, just because you know something may come up, just like tonight. I was feeling so tired because I had to go to the play rehearsal. Then I had to go home and take care of Mama, give her medicine. And I'm like, oh, Lord, you know, I got to get out here. And I don't have my vehicle anymore, so I'm using Lyft. You know, a lot of things is going through because I'm trying to sell a home in Capitol Hill. It's just a lot of things. I had a showing over there today, you know, to sell a house. There's just a lot of things going on with me. And, you know, when I got down, because my show is so late, I'd be like, come on. You paid for this. This is your dream. You're not going to stop chasing it until you catch it.
Amen.
And then here I am. I'm tired, but I'm sitting right here, sister, and I got this energy, and I want my brother to still do his candles, because this is what it's all about. We got to fight against the forces of all types of negativity that leads to some type of form of evil, because it's only a mind state. It's a mind state.
Choose different.
It's only a mind state. So we have control to choose to go down that rabbit hole. Don't let nobody pull you down no rabbit holes. I was taught that too. And I had to learn that for my kids because people will pull you. They see your light. Your light can be so bright and they're negative. They just want to get a touch of it, just want to take some of it from you. But you can't let it do it. You can't let it do it. You got to press on regardless of all obstacles. And I've learned that. Mr. Ron see me go through it. I started out with 2 guest co-hosts. Now I'm doing a one-woman show. Yeah. But God brought me my brother. Amen. You know, me and Lawrence, we've been with each other for a few years now with music. You know, his son wrote one of my songs I was just talking about back when. You know, so I mean, it bring us all back around. Bring us all back around to where God want us to be, who he want us to be, who he want in our path. Because we all have to give each other some type of mental support or spiritual support.
Amen.
Just like I said, you know, it's always everywhere. Just like today at rehearsal, Mama Veen, her doing her role in the middle of just broke out crying, had to leave out. Did not know, but when we finished rehearsal, I walked up to God and put it on my heart. I was gonna sing a song for everybody, but I just kept staying in tune. And I went over to her at the end of rehearsal. We was going to take our group picture because we had a guest that came in. She was the guest that came in. Her name is Sylvia T. Morrison. She was the first black lady to write comedy for Saturday Night Live. She was the only comedian lady that opened up for Whitney Houston, that would allow Whitney Houston to come and open up for her. She didn't want nobody else open up for her but Sylvia T. Morrison. Look her up. The first black lady that wrote comedy for Saturday Night Live. And the first woman.
Okay.
Yes. She blessed us with her presence today at rehearsal. And I'm just telling you, God just so like at the end, back into the story what I was saying, this sister broke out crying. She came back and finished her rehearsals. At the end, I went over to her and I said, you know what? Whatever you going through, it's okay, because I'm going through it too. And I just want to give you a hug because we in this together. Not knowing that today, this month, March, and next month, March, both of her parents passed, back to back. So she said March and April is her worst 2 months out of the year. And I didn't know she was going through that. She didn't know I was going through. They didn't even know I was living the play. I'm taking care of my mother, hoping I don't have to take her to no nursing home, get to that phase. But eventually, that's just the phases of how this goes. So God is taking me through these steps to this play to prepare me for what's to come.
Yes.
That's how I look at all of this.
Yes.
You coming in here with your stones, cleansing my studio time. Just like my brother did last week, he cleansed the studio, ringing his bells, brought his stone in. So this is going to be an anointed show. Every podcast I give, it's going to be blessed. And if I have to come, you come on and give your driven stories and show whatever new art you create. So we would just put it all on us ladies. I like to give my men some shine too. And Mr. Asha, you want to give us some driven story of how you know, she said you her speaker. Would you go around and like a motivator speaker or someone?
Yeah, I just came from Atlanta before I got to DC, and she's been showing me just DC is a city of musicians and Richmond and Virginia.
Not to cut you off, how long you been up here from Atlanta?
Just a week. And I go back to the West Coast in a couple of days in Vegas, and I have to go to California. I'm just
you travel.
Definitely going around, just getting the information out, just making people more aware. Because in the West Coast, this information is a lot more known. So I'm just traveling around, the East Coast, everywhere, just to see where everybody is and see how I can piece things together, from different parts. Because I know everybody isn't traveling, so I want to know how can I format this? Because we're in the age of Aquarius, and the information is scattered all over the place. There's all type of people just coming from all realms, and I'm like, okay, can we at least have some type of foundation or format so that we can all stay on the same page, at least to build a foundation and understand each other, definitely to embrace just real love, real universal love, following the universal laws.
That's what it's all about.
That's why we're here, bringing back this essence of working with the natural elements of the earth. We don't need all this artificial garbage, we can just work straight with the earth. So that's really what I'm about, Definitely, just showing love to you, 2G Radio, and I'm just coming through, and I'm just a guest.
And I appreciate the love. I appreciate your love, and I appreciate that anointings on that because, like I said, it's an ongoing education, and that's what I'm using this platform for, to educate our people. And I'm sure your pieces, what's the starting prices of most of your pieces? They different
I
prices?
have rings that start as low as 10, and I have charms that are as much as like 125. But I also I make charms. I make wands, walking sticks, staffs, and I do belt buckles. I do whatever, So it depends on the design. It depends on the stone. It depends on the size.
Okay.
How much time I put into it. That kind of stuff.
And your media, you have a social media where you can be reached?
I do. I am. Well, Precious Mother Love is my handle on Facebook.
Okay.
But I also have Mother Love Experience, which is my band. I'm a musician. I was a musician since I was young and small. And I've played lots of instruments.
Wow.
But so my Facebook, I also have the Mother Love Experience, which is my band. Then I have Mom's Wellness Wagon. Mom's Wellness Wagon is what this is a part of, but I also drive people to and from doctor's appointments and consult with them about their health. I could, do the wellness coach sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
As a part of
Sister
the process.
Many hats, I tell you.
I was explaining it. I'm telling you. And, medicine is also an art.
Yes, it is. Yes,
because
it is.
when you start to think about, the combinations of things that you put together, it's sort of like what a pharmacist does.
Correctly.
We are piecing together the things that we need, but we also have to know, what it doesn't go well with. Some things will give you gas if you eat those things together. Some things will give you a headache because it's got too much, high in potassium or something, So I practice a lot of art and artistry. And like I said, I'm a musician and vocalist, but I also have a separate website for each of, so I have the Facebooks and I have the websites. And so all I can say is if you Google Precious Mother Love, now Mother Love is one word.
Okay.
Precious Mother Love, all that'll
come up.
The website.
Remember that, guys.
Facebook.
Precious Mother Love.
Mother Love, Mother Love.
Mother Love. That's right. You can get all her info. And like I said, she travels with this brother. His brother just said he travels to give the positive word, and a lot of this is coming back to reform. We're getting back to nature. This is becoming, I don't know if you guys research or study it. Like I said, I just researched on the stones, like you said, like what he just said, you both said it, using the stones. And I have researched where scientists have studied. They couldn't prove it, they couldn't prove that it doesn't. They had to say that the natural stones, the natural crystals, they do give some alternative effects, just like the chemicals that they put together to make these pills. You know what I'm saying? Some of these stones give off some of the same type of purities and energies and healings that some of the chemicals combinations that they use to put together for certain medications. And I said, scientists said it, so hey, that's a fact, you know what I'm saying? So we all coming, like I said, it's just a full circle, it's just different departments, but it's all leading to the same thing of back of being natural, being more aware of yourself, your being. Like I tell people, when you eat the right things, watch, look. I mean, people say you're petty if you look behind when you use the bathroom. No, people, look at your stuff that's coming out of your body, because those are signs. If your urine too dark, look like gold, you need to start pumping some more water and getting you some stuff in you to cleanse yourself. That means something ain't right on the inside. And if your boo-boo's too black, you know what I'm saying? You need to start doing some things, cleansing yourself out. And then if it's sink, you ain't eat the right thing. But if it's float, you almost right to eating the right thing. So pay attention to the signs in that commode, people. That's giving signs for your health. You know what I'm saying? We got to start being our own doctors. Because as you see, like I said, we talk about the stones, we talk about the teas, we talk about the herbs, we talk about the oils. All these things go back before they got to making the medicines and that's right, the business side of it and making profits, because these doctors are paid to write you that prescription.
That's how they send their kids to college,
exactly.
And that's how they eat.
Exactly.
That's what they're trying to do, keep you in their system, on their logs, on their books, in their pocket.
And robbing the Medicaid and Medicare programs that, our taxpayers have paid for it, which I'm a benefit of it, my parents have paved the way, and I'm saying they are robbing, and
they're starting to let alternative medicine in to some
areas.
They have health and wellness centers. They have holistic practitioners that, if they're certified in certain areas, that they'll allow in their circuits. Some do, some don't, but they're realizing that folks are starting to turn to that more and relying on it more. But the doctor is just your coach. He's not healing you. You heal yourself.
That's right.
You have everything you need to heal yourself.
The start up here.
Yes, that's what drives it all. As soon as you believe I'm healed and I'm not sick, I do lift. There was a kid that was riding with me the other day, and he was going to the doctor. He thought he was going to the doctor because he was sick. This is yesterday. I said, because I asked the mom, I said, Mom, what's going on with the son? They were going to Children's Hospital. Is he sick? Because I was going to tell him, I was going to preach to him to let him know he wasn't sick. Mama did that, though. Mama said, well, no, boy, we're going to take him to a regular doctor's visit. I said, so is there something wrong? She said, no. And so he said, Ma, ain't nothing wrong?
Well, I'm going to the doctor.
Yeah, I thought I was going to the doctor's because something was wrong.
You didn't understand
that,
right?
He was laying back. He was laying down because he thought the only reason he go to the doctor is because he was sick. So even though he ain't said to Mom he was sick, he figured he must be sick because he going to the doctor's. So as soon as he figured out that he wasn't going to that, he sat up like, wasn't nothing
State
wrong.
of mind.
Changed his mind. He wasn't sick no more.
He wanted to go to school. He ain't thinking about no doctor's appointment. And that's what I was telling say also, I talk about like two parents, we got to start listening to our kids, more. Just like, that incident with that kid. And I just spoke about that last week. I always speak about my seniors and my kids because that's my passion. We got to start listening to these babies, Sometimes they can save us, Doc. He to save that mama that lift ride. That cost, if she would just take it to us, say, well, if this is a well appointment. But them doctors, they do that. They make you come for well appointments just to keep you on, like you said, on that roster, to keep that contract being paid by the state. They're going to keep you coming into those clinics, because, hey, we have not been using it as usefulness like our other counterpart Americans, but we're getting into taking advantage of our health care. And now it's kind of too late because now it's gotten so costly where we used to pay one price and get everything, dental, visual, and primary health. No, now it's separate. Everything is separate. Everything is separate.
Well, I do want to say this, though. A lot of doctors, and I've heard a few physicians say that they don't give their kids the same vaccinations that we end up having to inoculate our children with,
And
so
I still got that little swollen knot from going down the hallway in that long, camp, I was going into they had lined us up in the hallway back in the 70s when we was going to a concentration camp. All the classes was in the line, and you go between this hallway, and everybody zip. And it was so militant. Yeah, we didn't know what they were shooting us, and. Right, and that's why they coming out with all this talking about the baby boomers. We got to check for Hep C. That's our generation disease. I mean,
they're trying to give our teenagers something for HPAV or whatever it's called, HPAP. It's like they're going to get sexually transmitted diseases. What the heck? That's like making them take birth control because you don't want to get pregnant.
Right.
But it's all these side effects that's polluting your body, making you sick, giving you all these side effects that you're going to have to take other medication to take care of.
Exactly.
Which starts another cycle of some more degeneration and some more shortening of your life and some more, there's a whole...
That's it. Because you got to watch. It's like I say, your doctor ain't going to tell you like the commercials do. The commercials do it in the salad, they try to trick you. They say, yeah, Valerian, side effects, bring back diarrhea, side effects, heartburn, lose of sight, insomnia, you're sleeping.
Headaches.
All the millions of side effects is to solve one problem. Who wants to be bothered? Don't sleep. Like I tell you all the time, people, research. Find alternative measures, get into the stones, get into meditation, get into doing like I told you last week, 4 cups of mint tea a day is sort of a new way of helping whatever your regimen for your weight loss program. I found that out. The scientists studied that. What else? What I said the week before, your significant other. If you're going through stressful time, billing time, or whatever, sometimes just grab that person's hand. Holding a person's hand with a compassionate touch, that releases, scientists study, releases some stress. It's a stress relief, a natural stress relief. Just grabbing somebody's hand with just a grip of careness or of a passion. Takes the grunting, I told you guys. Just like you trying to pick up something. Sometimes that'll get it right on out the way. Get that negative energy right on out the way. Sometimes we got to give these things a voice in life because it is. Like she said, it's waving through us 24/7. We got all this stuff hitting us, negative, positive, just like the atoms and protons and the physics and all the chemistries and stuff. All this stuff is a combination of everyday living, breathing, and just thinking. So you got to get deep, people, with yourself. You know, look up Google, Precious Mother Love. You can catch her. She'll put, like she said, everything that she does, the music. I'm interested to get into that part the next go round. Maybe she come back and bless us with some of that.
I have a nice story to tell you, too.
Okay, well, you'll come back then. You heard that, folks?
Really big wigs.
Precious Love says she'll come. Precious Mother Love says she'll come back and bless us with her other endeavor, her artistry of music. Thank you both, Asha and
Peace.
Precious Mother Love, for coming. I appreciate you blessing me with your presence and your knowledge. And come again.
I want to share two quick things. One is I had an event today which was health and wellness related. I'll be doing another one in mid-May, and I'll be bringing Asha Renew back then.
Okay.
He is an occult metaphysician, alchemist, who his subject today was the 9 elements of black magic. And so I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be about the next time around. But he's also an artist and a hip-hop rapper and some other stuff. So when you get a chance, you know, I'm trying to
when
get
you
him
come back on your
over here.
music thing, you come back on his music thing.
Thank you.
So
Thank
when
you
he
so
comes,
much.
when he
We'll
comes
come
in
back
May,
in May.
that'll be great. That'll be great. That'll be great. And for the viewers go, you said that you normally can glance at a person. Can you do me a quick? So the people, viewers can know, 240-719-2560. If you have any Q&As up from what you've seen in the show just so far, please call in. I have my free gifts that I have here for 2GO Radio. And also, VoxWave.com, we still doing our toiletry drives. These are 2GO toiletry bags. I got shavers, soap, lotion, shampoo, anything all these bags will be going to the toiletry donation will be still held here at VoxWave.com studios at 4711 Off Place here in Suitland, Maryland. So don't forget, we're still doing our toiletry drive. So drop off those new, not used toiletries, because these things are going to people that need them and that can use them throughout the community. And I believe there are shelters and some other places that VoxWave president is going to bless these toiletries to those centers that are in need. So don't forget, the toiletry drive is still going on. And so back to Precious Mother Love. Can you look at me and see what my color aura is? I hope I'm...
Well, in a sense of an aura, the way I'm going to read you at this point is...
Pay attention, guys.
I don't know if you recognize, but the colors that you wear and accent yourself with, they contribute to your aura. They contribute to, you know, what your energy is filled with for that day.
Okay.
But it may be that that's you all over, you know, that's your overview and your whole sense. But I sense from you, because of the color green, green is for your heart. Green is something it's for love, but, you know, the heart can also be both spiritual as well as the physical. So, you know, I see how you said, you know, you had that desire in you to go speak to the woman and give her a hug and share certain things that you say and that share with me that might be a way of your life, a way that you think, that you're a loving person and a giving person just because and sometimes you give to people what you want to receive, but then sometimes you have an overflow, and so you just give from the overflow. So at the same time, the green is supporting you. It's giving you more strength. It's helping you to gird up that love energy in you. Almost like giving yourself a hug and you don't even know it, that you walking in that, you know, that God love, that agape love. But then there's also pink, which also means love, and which is an agape kind of love. Your green love is more of a family love, more of a I love my best friend. I love my, you know, this close-knit circle, whereas the pink is more on the basic level because it's a derivative of your base chakra. The color of your base chakra is red, but it's also a combination of the white chakra, the white color, which is the color that they sometimes use for your crown chakra. But in most times, your crown chakra, you use this kind of, which is a version of a pink, but it's, you know, it's still got a lot more blue in it, which is also for your throat chakra. But what I was sensing about you was that you actually are very strong and very assertive, but you're sure and you have a lot of strength, you know. But you're used to girding yourself up, like you can, you know, reinforce yourself. You don't need nobody else to tell you all the things that somebody else might need. Not that it's not good to hear, not that it's not good to have,
right?
But just that that's not necessarily a need for you, because you do that for yourself. So that's where I'm at with your energy for you. I think you are a wonderful woman. From the time that I met you and from what I've seen, that's what I've seen of you. And it just so happened when you asked for the reading, I had to go there, girl. You got the gorgeous green boots on.
Thank you.
Love 'em.
Thank you. So you heard that green is for love, pink is pink is my favorite color. Yes. I have pink bordered over top of my bed, my canopy bed. So I love pink. Pink was my steering wheel cover, my tag cover. So I love pink and black. So because black is a strong color for me. And
see, this might be what you needed today. You know, and your spirit quietly told it to you.
Yes, it
you
did.
Know? So as it helps to support you, you don't even know the parts of you that's helping you be you until you tune into certain signs and symptoms. You know, like the symbology of the elephant, the symbology of the music clef, the symbology of the jade that's on your arm, the symbology of the pearls that's on your arm. All those things together, those energies, the ivory, the jade, the pearl, all those things are reinforcing your energy. It's almost, that's another trilogy for you.
Just said 3.
Yes.
See, it's no joke, y'all. You just heard her just do this from off of sight, out of mind. No practice. She just meeting me today. I'm telling you, this is real. This is life. So you get in tune, people. Start researching and educating yourself, because I'm telling you, it's another way where you don't have to spin it. You can just get it up here, sponge it in, and you'll find yourself being, like she just read me. I didn't even know all of this. You know, I wore green all day because my mother said, it's green. By her having Alzheimer's, I just was trying to make her happy.
But that's another thing to relate to St. Patty's Day. You're right about that. I forgot that today's energy was relative to that. So the date also has something to do with
the 17th.
Right, the 1 and the 7, which I'm not the numerologist. He's more in that.
And I'm born in the 7th month. My birthday is July the 2nd.
See.
1965.
So this is something that is his expertise. Can you give us a March 17th or St. Patty's Day or green color or something of your expertise?
Well, definitely the green, as we know, is the heart chakra. You know, heart chakra does resonate with copper. So definitely with today being a very special day, even if we don't relate to the story of St. Patrick, I'm not necessarily familiar with it, but I just resonate with the colors.
Right.
I just resonate with green being open to everything that flows to you.
Earthy,
right,
money,
exactly. Not trying to control
oxygen,
exactly materialism. Definitely being as comfortable as we can in our own bodies.
That's what green.
Definitely, you know, being grounded, you know, having a foundation laid out for yourself and being able to crystallize your thoughts and seeing them play out in your actual reality. You know what I mean? Definitely, Venus is all about, especially the number 6. Venus and the number 6 is all about materialization, feminine materialization, being fertile with your thoughts, being fertile with your creative ideas, all the whole feminine spectrum of light. You know what I mean? So definitely, green is the most earthy number. So that's my perspective on it.
What about 17? Or what about 17?
17, you know, from my perspective, definitely the knowledge of God, knowing who and what you are from the inside out. Definitely having, as we said, with the purple color, you know, with the crown chakra, being able to have a spiritual connection with your, you know, with your cosmic origins, wherever you feel you're from, you know, beyond the earth, and, you know, where you feel like you're going after the earth, reconnecting with those who you felt close. So basically having that connection, that spiritual connection with those who have came before us and the lineage of those who come after us. So definitely, you know, 17, the knowledge of God, knowledge of self.
Circle of life.
Circle of life, definitely.
Well, I want to say that, you know, how we celebrate Christmas as God's birthday, and that Easter is supposedly, you know, his risen day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the 17th is usually somewhere very close to the spring solstice.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling that it has some significance to that. They hide a lot of the pagan holidays, and they cloak it in something that puts it close to the beginning of something, but you don't necessarily
know what it is, right?
Right, because the 21st is the winter solstice of December, and the 21st of March is the spring solstice. So it seems as though there are some holidays that are close to these days that are relating to the energy that's cosmological more so than date-driven. You know, it's something.
Right.
It's something.
Because it just amazed me that Easter is on April Fools.
Yeah, well, they move it around every year.
Yeah, they do.
It has to be for some specific energy reason.
Right.
They don't tell us what it is.
No.
But they move it around, and then when they decide when it is, then they just tell us that. But they don't tell us why they moved it. But it has something to do with the significance of the placement of the stars, the planets, the
Just
cosmos.
like in one state, I forgot where they moved the time zone, so they were saying so they can get more golfing hours, but it's something more to it than that.
Yeah.
It's deeper.
They dumb it down, and we accept it.
Right. But I say, nah, how y'all going to change the time zone? How you going to do that, you know?
And that's another thing they move around is when the daylight savings time is.
Right.
You know, like who says when that's supposed to happen, and what are you using as your gauge?
Right, and then how do you know it's going to be daylight longer? You know, how y'all researching to get that information? You know, it's a science, you know, and into everything. And I guess, I mean, that's just another subject in the show. But we will be back with Precious Mother Love and Asha. They will be back. You heard them. They said they're coming back to share their musical side. Thank you for your gifts. And blessing my studio for my time. I appreciate you once again. I just can't say thank you enough. Anytime you're in town or you're around, if he's not here and you just want to come in and bless me, come right on in, sister. I'm right here every Saturday.
I got a musical story for you next Saturday, if you don't mind.
Okay, sure.
I can take a segment out and do that with you if you don't mind.
Sure, come on and bring that musical side with me. I would love to get it on.
Okay.
Get it on. That's right. That's right. Precious Mother Love and Asha is here with us, and they'll be coming back. So stay tuned. Don't sleep. I'm going to go into another musical break. I'm going to take you into that song that I was telling you about, the collaboration with the two second generations, my son Katara Shimigami, the second generations of the Outlaws, the first Outlaws that used to be the original Outlaws with Tupac, and the second generation of Dougie's fresh nephew, Manson Bates. Both of those two second generation artists on this collab, and it's a tribute to Tupac. It hasn't been released yet. We're still trying to get the clearance through Tupac Amaru's estate. But that's in the works. Dougie Fresh is going to handle it because he got the money. But just stay tuned for this, and it's called Ride with Pac.
From the west to the east coast, it's the second generation Outlaws, Manson Bates. Swerve through your hoods, nigga, raise the stakes. We ride for Pac, bust our nine for Pac. The grind on heavy, we shall not stop. It's the second generation Outlaws, Manson Bates. Swerve through your hoods, nigga, raise the stakes. We ride for Pac, bust our nine for Pac. The grind on heavy, we shall not stop. Yo, self-transformed, nearly had my never did give a fuck. Depressed and stuck, making money was a must. Fell in love with lust, getting high to the fullest, sipping liquor in cups. Hustling all day, picking different risks.
Contact sales at NewYork.com for the
long nights turn cold and truly enough. Young niggas got bold and now I'm kicking up dust. Only one life to live, gotta get my way up. Even if it takes leaving niggas think later. Get a wicked time and get a live man sprayed up. Putting work on the block, most gotta pay up. Nigga, ain't nothing free, 50-50 to cut. When you poly niggas always be calm, they cuss. Nigga know this, flip up, pull up and pull up. Fully know they're playing now, spitting bodies in the. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Second generation Outlaws, Manson Bates. Swerve through your hoods, nigga, raise the stakes. We ride for Pac, bust our nine for Pac. The grind on heavy, we shall not stop. It's the second generation Outlaws, Manson Bates. Swerve through your hoods, nigga, raise the stakes. We ride for Pac, bust our nine for Pac. The grind on heavy, we shall not stop. This the second gen, cause it will never end. Come on, y'all, let's represent the dawn again. And raise them up again, cause we came to win. I'm coming through with the slug fest, so let's begin. Yo, my time is deadly, cause I'm a second generation outlaw. We rarely hooked up with the dons now. You so don't worry, cause this song is gonna give you niggas chill too scary. In the midst of the night, like the legends to carry. I got my weed bag, nigga, cause I smoke on the dash. We bout to ambush you niggas, so don't pass and take. Cause if you do, that's gonna be your last debate. This is Thug Life, nigga, outlaw, that's the name. Suji on the scene, putting foot in the game. Cause I ride for y'all, and I ride for Pop. And we ride on, we going like Fatal Hussein. Come on. It's the second generation outlaws, Manson Bates. Swerve through your hoods, nigga, raise the stakes. We ride for Pop, bust our nine for Pop. The grind on heavy, we shall not stop. It's the second generation outlaws, Manson Bates. Swerve through your hoods, nigga, raise the stakes. We ride for Pop, bust our nine for Pop. The grind on heavy, we shall not stop.
Contact sales at NewYorkBangers.com.
Johnny Giuliano.
I wonder.
More money. More money. Yeah.
I'm so on and wanna see a G fall off. But no, I think not. My mind too busy thinking hot, thinking rock, thinking go. Oh no, I don't stop.
Johnny Giuliano.
I wonder.
More money. More money. Yeah.
I'm so on and wanna see a G fall off. But no, I think not. My mind too busy thinking hot, thinking rock, thinking go. Oh no, I don't stop. They wanna see a G fall off. But no, I think not. My mind too busy thinking hot, thinking rock, thinking go. Oh no, I don't stop. The accelerator player, I'm gone. GPS to the money, make it all day long. Up to 6 in the mall, you know I'm getting it in. Yeah, baby, go tell a friend. Free as a spirit of wind. No, I ain't about to stop. Lava hot like a Glock, popping shots. Lot of love, lot of guap, lot of haters. Let them watch, catch me shine. Yeah, that's why my nigga don't get no ideas. That label right here, I see things quite clear. To the top, I'm there. I live my dreams out. They live Elm Street nightmares. That's why I hear doubts, but I don't sweat them. I just let them get they bin on. Press in on my flip phone. I've been gone. You tryna find where you went wrong. My direction pointed to the top. Yeah, I get my tent on. You could call me Chief though. Pockets like piece of readers. All they do is keep though. Ready for the world tour. Right around we go. I'm so on and wanna see a G fall off. But no, I think not. My mind too busy thinking hot, thinking rock, thinking go. Oh no, I don't stop. They wanna see a G fall off. But no, I think not. My mind too busy thinking hot, thinking rock, thinking go. Oh no, I
got
don't
my
stop.
mind on the mission, follow my intuition. While cooking notes in the kitchen, I got a real high ambition. Only thing on my mind, man, is get it in time. I'm gonna make the same mistakes twice. Shit is riper than mine. Staying deep on this grind, times is harder than ever. God gave me his umbrella, so I'm sheltered in weather. Trying to get it together the best way that I can. I'm only human, no excuses. I stand as a man, so I stick to the plan. Keep my faith in my Lord. Keep my mind sharp while focus while I sharpen my sword. Take the good with the bad. It's a steady balance. That's why I'm uptight, not feeling right while barely smiling. Keep my eyes peeled, cause it's real life ain't playing. I'm focused and focused, I'm barely sleep. Hear what I'm saying? I'm underdog standing while time flies. Pay attention. See the madness in my eyes. Nigga, shit is real.
I'm so on and wanna see a G fall off. But no, I think not. My mind too busy thinking hot, thinking rock, thinking go. Oh no, I don't stop. They wanna see a G fall off. But no, I think not. My mind too busy thinking hot, thinking rock, thinking go. Oh no, I don't stop.
Yo, nigga, and just is no damn joke. Come around about to click clack on niggas and say it ain't so. Yeah, we follow a legend and that y'all know he's a goat. Me and Troublesome and Chosen One, we gonna make that shit go. This is outlaw, nigga, and that's the way that we flow. While our time is our essence, cause we ain't it right on the nose. It ain't no stopping us now, cause that's the way that shit goes. This movement is undetectable, that's how 2GO roll. Yeah, we in it to win and keeping us real niggas up on. This ain't no stop sign for the party time. We the thugs on the road, not introducing us figures so the world can't remember. Don't worry about the downfall, so fuck y'all, we gonna get it and split it. This is shit, y'all, we ain't taking the harvest, moving forward first with a taste of power. Got the guns enough and the fist of dollars, and we battling down, saying fuck the cowards. It's the master plan, and the way it is, trying the hardest time to the path it is. There's a couple of hundreds and a couple of grand. Second generation outlaws, what it is.
I'm so on and wanna see a G fall off. But no, I think not. My mind too busy thinking hot, thinking rock, thinking go. Oh no, I don't stop. They wanna see a G fall off. But no, I think not. My mind too busy thinking hot, thinking rock, thinking go. Oh no, I don't stop.
Well, welcome back. That was Fall Off featuring Wordsworthy with Katero Shimigami and as well as I think Chosen. That's when the guys that was before they got into the second generations of Outlaw. That's when they was mostly the they were the URYBI. I forgot what it stood for, but I know it was Underdog Riders and Young Billionaires Inc. That's where they collab and got URYBI from when they did Fall Off, which you just heard, like I said, featuring Wordsworthy. And before that, that was Manson Bates. That was Manson Bates with the collab with Katero Shimigami that you heard, Ride for Pac. Like I said, you can get all of these songs off of YouTube, Spotify. You can check out, you can just pull up Katero Shimigami, and most of these songs will come up under his name. And you can put in Kimberly Brown, and you can pull up, I think 3 of my songs will come up, 2 for sure will come up on Spotify. But Boss Hard you can get off of, back when you can get off of SoundCloud. So, with that being said, like I said, I had mentioned what I was going to talk about, recapping on the Stones and getting into the word of the street, is that, like I said, that they said that the crystal shore stones are used to cure most elements, but protect against the serve, which the scientists have shown studies that it does give some influential benefits as well as the chemical compositions that these doctors make in these pills. So that's what you heard me when I was sharing that my research on the stones with Precious Mother Love, and also we even got into what are the earth stones, what are their importance, and we had already got into that. I didn't know Precious Mother Love was going to tap on that about the importance of the stones. See how God just tie everything in together. Also, we just, like I said, we tie all these things in together to help us to become more healers, self-healers, more self-motivators. As you see, she read my color with green, and she said, I don't need nothing to prep me up because I got my own juice that's deep down inside me that God has given me a sense of direction mentally to redirect certain things in my life to give me that self-energy that I preserve for times when I don't, like I told you, sometimes I don't feel like coming in here after a long day of rehearsal, did with my mom, you just heard her say, she read it, I give my own juice. I got my own Red Bull. So, that's why, we're going to keep on educating you guys on, the natural remedies of these stones and the different stones and their uses and their energy sources and what they can provide. And we're going to get my band brother, Lawrence, he's going to come on tonight. He's going to show you the candles and the different colors and what they mean. He was going to do a little visual ceremony, but he will be back first at 9 o'clock next week here in the Ladies' Den because it's a little long, and I gave Precious Mother Love and Asha some time because I really enjoyed them, and I really wanted you guys to get everything from, like she said, this is just one side of her. She's coming back next week with the music side of her. So that was all great and wonderful right there. Also, now getting to the word on the street. I have spoke of some of the health benefits with Precious Mother Love when we were speaking on certain colors in the stones and the copper. You heard me guys say that benefits of grunting and holding hands with your significant other and drinking the 4 cups of mint tea. That was part of me recapping back on the health benefits of that. Also, they found, scientists also researched it this week, that scientists have found out they have this pillar that does these things like, sort of like acupuncture, but it's through pulsating. And it said it can help beat insomnia. The pillow is called, I think it's called Night Pack. And like I said, it's supposed to produce some pulsations that are sort of like hitting your acupuncture nerves on your neck while you're sleeping on this pillow, and it's supposed to help you beat insomnia. You can Google the pillow that helps you beat insomnia to get the correct name for it. Like I said, I think it's called Kid Pillow Pack or something like that. Also, as you heard me speak on earlier, the recap on the health part about the Alzheimer's and dementia. As reading the narrating part today and rehearsal, some facts came to me, man, and our people, yes, African Americans, we are being hit the hardest with this illness, Alzheimer's and dementia. And it's early stages. As of 27 was an early stage case study at age of 27 where this Alzheimer's disease has started. That's one of the early case studies. The latest age case study starts at 65, and then it goes through the stages up until the death, which they say by 82. If a person starts with Alzheimer's by 65 and it's 60, they say by 80s, if it's not treated or if it's not cared after, that person will not live a healthy life, and it will only their life will be short-lived. So we have to really take consideration of all sides, all types of mental health, because it's out there. And a lot of us are in denial that we're going through things and don't want to face them and want to keep pushing them in a little dark corner. But as the old people said, what's in the dark will soon come to the light. So people, take care of yourself. Take these health tips. Get into the wellness of spiritual living with the crystals and the chakras. And you have to get your chakra, if I said it right? The chakra, right? The chakra, yeah. We have to research these things because it's alternative ways of being healthy where you don't have to spend so much money on those pills that them doctors be pressing you to get the prescription of. Okay, now for Word of the Street, music and entertainment. First of all, I want to say, rest in heaven, my man Craig Mack. I'm putting new flavor in your ear. Yeah, that was that brother. One of Bad Boy's second artists, I believe, with Puff Sean Combs, whatever you want to call him, P. Diddy, whatever. I don't know what he changed his name to, Puffy or whatever. But, yeah, Craig Mack was one of the second artists that was signed to Bad Boys who have just recently transcended on. He was a good lyricist. And matter of fact, the brother was, they said he was having health problems. He was dealing with heart problems. Only I think 20% of his heart was working at the time he was getting ill. But Eric Sermon, all them that grew up around him in the back in the old rap game, hip hop rap game, they came forward and they spoke and they said they knew he was sick. He was ill for a while. So, but he was in the studio with Eric Sermon working on some new rap stuff that I believe that he's going to release for a tribute for Craig. So, like I said, rest in heaven, my brother. You left a mark for the beginning stages of Bad Boys. You started the mark and you left the legend behind. So, hopefully, we get that new music from Eric Sermon and. We be able to see your legend continue to go on. Also, in the music and entertainment, I wanted to get on the thing with it's more so just celebrity news. This case just keeps my interest for some reason. I'm still following it, and it's so crazy because I spoke on Whitney Houston today about the lady Sylvia T. Morrison, who's the first black writer for Saturday Night Live and the first woman writer for skits for Saturday Night Live. Sylvia T. Morrison. Check her out. She does great impressions. I took a video of her today. She does Whoopi Goldberg. She does Wendy Williams. All of that is up under her when you Google her, all her work. But I was talking about Whitney's daughter in my music and entertainment news part. This guy, Nick Gordon, I believe he has something to do with Whitney's death, and I strongly know deep down in my heart, he had his hands in that baby's death. So he just got arrested again in some more domestic violence mess with his new girlfriend. And as they said, this is the second time he was arrested in Florida from this girlfriend, the same girlfriend that keeps going back on the social media saying that they're fine, he's not beating her, and just being in denial. Mental health issues. Like I told you, it's all in every area. We have to get a hold of our babies, people, and our family members. When you see them going through something, please, like I said before, help them. Help them. Don't let them stay lost, because that's a form of being lost. When you have a mental issue, it's a form of being lost, because that means some ungodly spirits is trying to take over your mind and make you do harm to yourself and others. It's not a good path to start on. So please, catch your family members, catch these babies. When you see them start thinking in depressed mode or thinking about harming themselves or just some evil conflicted thoughts or what they could do to a friend or how much they hating something or someone, that's a sign. Like I said, look out for those signs. We have to help our family and our children. Also, on the Ava and the Snapchat thing that somebody put up, it's a poster. I guess Chris Brown has a new album ready to come out. It's going to be released. And somebody had put up from one of their camps a Snapchat poster where you can slap Chris Brown, slap Rihanna. No, it says slap Rihanna, kick Chris Brown, or something like that. I don't know if it's a PR stunt to get album sales up for this new album he's getting ready to drop this spring or what. But it's just a lot of crazy stuff going on in the entertainment field. A lot of people got new projects are coming out. As you know, the Queen Bee her and her husband have announced they're on the run tour too. So you got a lot of celebrities coming out with show. Monique Plays here, Barbershop is here, I think, this month or coming up next month. Then that's April. And then May, My Play, giving our parents a standing ovation, May the 5th. Then June, our native-owned local from right here from the M, Maryland, our hometown boy, will be back. He's putting on a tour. It's called Lit ATF. It's called Lit ATF. That's all I can say. And it's a comedy tour he's bringing to the DMV. Martin Lawrence, the one and only, our native son from the district here, from Maryland rather. He's coming with his tour. I believe it's JB Smoove, Del Rey, and some other comedians probably be added by now because the show is in June right down at the Capitol Arena downtown. So that's the entertainment and music part of my word on the street. And fashion, I really don't too much to say because I think I said it all with the fashion fall spring outtake that I gave you about the swatches of the different fabrics, the different prints. You don't have to match anymore. This is going to be the new 2018 fashion. It's called non-matching. And it's called, like I said, popping and color blocking is going to be new fashion. Like prints with plaids and plaids with prints and plain big out like oranges with reds. And you're going to find purples with maybe with some type of turquoise blue. Yeah, you're going to start seeing all these different types of colors and fabrics mixing in with each other for the upcoming spring fashion. And like I said, don't go out here and try to spend all your money to keep up with the Joneses. You got some things, just do some spring cleaning in your old wardrobe, recycle those things. Like I told you before, from Paul Walton from Channel 5 New, the fashion expert, he said we have to recycle those things and go shopping in our closet and see what we haven't worn, and recycle those things. And before you throw them away, keep some things to create new outfits before you give them to the thrift stores and the consignment shops. That's on fashion. And down into my community, part of Word of the Street segment. Like you heard me say, I have my bags here. I just put them in the box for the VoxWave toiletry drive. I'm going to say toy drive because we do so many drives. I started with toys, the coats, now we're doing toiletry. That's how we take care of our community here at VoxWave.com. So you saw my bags. I had specially made up from 2GO Radio. It's a box that's here at 4711 at Off Place to bring your toiletries here. Like I said, none used, all new. I just made little different bags just to give a little special appeal to the person that it be given to make them feel special, because I like to add a special touch onto everything that I do and pass on. I will be bringing some more bags next Saturday as long as we have the drive going on. So remember, like I said, 4711 Off Place, right here at VoxWave. Star Import Automobiles. You can bring those toiletries to continue on this drive so it can be successful, making sure that we can help everyone with their grooming needs, because that's a daily routine and a daily religious thing you have to do, especially if you're going to be around other people. We have to make sure these people can get these toiletries so they can stay fresh and clean to go on with their everyday life, as we have the luxury of doing it without waiting on donations. So Just think about that. Also, I wanted to bring up the Texas, the Texas courthouse is something about the 16,000 of the university. Oh, yes, Texas. Young, beautiful African-American young lady, no more than 17 years old. She was working in a Waffle House, and she decided to cut up the senior citizens' food for them while they were sitting on her shift. It was a Caucasian person, and this young African, like I said, African-American young lady, 16 years old, working at a Waffle House in Texas. And someone just wanted to video this Samaritan act. Like she says, this is something she do every day. But for that young lady showing that good Samaritan spirit, like we talked about today, good-spirited, passing it on, blessings, just doing acts of kindness. This young lady, for that one act of kindness, Texas city government awarded this young lady $16,000 for her college when she graduates from high school in a year or so to go to college. She already has $16,000 that was awarded to her by the mayor, the city of Texas. I forgot what part of Texas. I wrote it down. I squeezed it in somewhere. It was in Texas, though. You can look it up the story because it made worldwide news. Because behind the $16,000 that the city gave her, the University of Texas came right behind it. 2 hours later, gave her a $60,000 scholarship to the University of Texas. That girl got all that in one day by doing that one act of kindness that she just does just out of her spirit. See what God can bless you when you act on when he send you to do something. When he asks you to display an act of kindness, you never know how far it's going to get you. Like now that baby's whole education is paid for, and some. And she made a mark, and she made history by just doing an act of kindness, something we can do every day, which I remind you here, which I just remind, guys, every day to show some kind of act of kindness. See somebody down, say, how you doing, how your day, oh, Dad, today was a cold one, bruh. Sis, God, you look beautiful in them earrings. Just any small word, you never know, could uplift anyone, could give them the hyphen of the day to make them feel like they went from zero to being a bum. You made them feel like they were starting to feel like a bum, and you made them a celebrity just by saying, hi, how you doing? I hope you have a good day. Thank you. Be blessed. It's going to be all right. I see something on your mind, sister. God got it. I had to do that today. But then it was done for me. So if you be blessed, Patty said it well in that song, and I love that song. If you've been blessed, pass it on. It's just as simple as that. So we'll see you again right here in the Den. Ladies Night Live with yours truly, Lady of 2GO Radio. Stay tuned. Don't sleep. I got Precious Mother Love coming back with her musical stuff next Saturday. I got Lawrence McCray, my brother that you saw co-hosting with me last Saturday. He was here tonight. He's going to be here next week as well and going to drop us with that candle knowledge. That's right, and give us a little visual, a little spiritual uplifting right here on the set, because we need that after the end of the week, because if you guys go to church tomorrow, you can do that other church thing, but don't wear it like a religion. Go in there and get your spirit, get that food, that spirit fed with that spiritual feeding, with that food or that word. And don't pay attention to the pastor. Just pay attention to his message. Take you some notes. Go home. Read those parables that he was quoting to you. Research it for yourself so you can get your meaning that God wants you to have out of that message, because he is an individual thing he does. And it's amazing because he got all of us he created, but he has individual dealings and message for each and every last one of us. Individual. Ain't that beautiful? We don't have to share nothing that he does for us because he works with for all of us on an individual basis. So don't give an account because you can't give an accounting for yourself and you won't be able to give an account for no one else. That's why you got to get yourself together inside and out. One love, one thug. Next Saturday. Ladies' Night Anthem. Hey.